All right, so we are on this here. Oh, good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Aisha. I'm missing if anybody else was here because my chat will only go back to Sherry. So Sherry, Andrea, and Aisha. And apparently, I've got you also over here. We're watching a commercial about, I don't even know. I have no control over the commercials, just to let you all know. Don't have control over them. So it's quite interesting to see my commercials. Good morning, Mom. Hello, love you too. Good morning, Teresa. All right, so I've got you on. Look, I've got you on the screen over there. Good morning, Vintage Style by Joe. We've got Joe here. So we are working on Satterley. And sorry about yesterday. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, but first day back to work kind of kicked my butt. I think I fell asleep around 6 o'clock upstairs, and then I've been on and off and probably went back to bed about 8. I was catching up with all your Puerto Rico and Cape Cod videos. Oh, thank you, Muriel. Good morning. Good morning, Annette. So, yeah, so yesterday it was crazy. We were talking about, what were we talking about? Surviving. Wait, let me go get the car. Here we are. We were talking about what to do if you wake up with an 8-foot boa constrictor wrapping its coils around your body. And then my feet kind of went dead after that for a little bit, and my live was going, but everything was blacked out, not the TV. That's how I knew the live was going, but my phone and my computer, I tried to get on my computer too. I got on my honey's phone to tell you all that I was trying to work on it. I ended up getting back into my live, saying goodbye and ending it. So for all of y'all who were here yesterday, the boa constrictor answer is so you're going to stay relatively still. You're going to grab the head of the boa constrictor and begin unwrapping the coils. Now, I would be afraid that the thing would bite me. So I don't know. I guess I would do it if it's life or death situation. But in any case, that's where we left. We left off of me putting together my sets for Shatterly. So I have 6 put together. I did iron them after, we all had to depart. And so today I am figuring out what to do. So and this is it. This is by Villa Rosa. So in this here, Andrew, we have a rescue bunny we found yesterday in a terrible shape, but she's doing wonderful. Oh, that's so cool, Joe. All right, so we need to make a certain amount of A sets, and that calls for this. And I need some of those, and I need to cut them a certain amount. I can't tell you because it's not my pattern. Excuse me, I've got like an eyelash. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning. We are all here super early this morning. Thank you for joining. All right, so right now I'm at the point where I am going to trim these sets down. How I do this is across, right where the sew line is. I should follow all of them, and I look at that. It's all through. That's a miracle. So I'm gonna come in and cut off the selvages. And if you are doing this with me, or you're watching this later on because you bought the pattern and needed help, I'm doing it a little different than the directions because I'm trying to streamline it. In the directions, they have you cut this measurement 2 at a time, right here. And I don't know, for me, that just was ridiculous. To me, that was like too much sewing. To me, this is what made sense to me. It doesn't have to make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. And I think it streamlines it. And I am just making sure that I have the right measurement. So I'm going to cut through, and I know I need a certain amount of these. After the boa is off you, do you give him or her a stern warning not to play with your food that he issued, or that he or she would make a lovely pair of boots and belt? Yeah, exactly. That would not be cool with me. Good morning, Kathleen. I'm over here wearing this here, and I have my bata underneath. And you know, I gotta tell you, I was freezing when I woke up this morning, and I'm like, I'm dying right now. It's hot in here. We'll see how long I can. Let me see this. This fabric is so light. I'm actually having a hard time finding the measurement. So I'm just cutting through. So I probably shouldn't. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do the same fabric because I kind of like that idea. And then I'm going to set this up on our board, and we can start actually putting this together. So once you have all these sewn, and here we go. These are beautiful fabrics. These were gifted to me. Let's see. And I didn't say that little piece. I think it's Mind's Eye. Something Mind's Eye. And then gingham. Calico gingham? Country gingham. Country gingham. All right. So I can't tell you how many I need because it's not my pattern, but you're going to see once I put it on the board. So all hope is not lost for figuring. All right, good morning, Deborah. The bunny is small enough to still be nursing. You can get milk replacer and a small puppy bottle to feed it. Yes, you can. I had those when I had to rescue those kitty cats on our property. All right. So this set is going to go. This is for the center. So we're going to put those aside. Then the next set calls for, I have to pull off my glasses. All right. So the next set, I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to need 2 sets like this. Okay. Let's go with, I think, this. So I have that. And then a strip of 2 because, yes, and a strip of 2. So here I didn't put everything in sets of 6. I have some things that are in sets of 2 here, and then I have some that are in sets of 2. They're all in sets of 2. So I'm going to put these here like this. And I have a lot of these lights, so we're going to go with this one. So I need all this. I am not going to sew all these sets together to get how many I need right now. What I am going to do, I'm sorry, I'm just looking here. What I'm going to do is going to cut these up. It's about 2 weeks old, and we're using 7 ml every few hours, what the doctor recommended. That's so sweet. You took it to the doctor. So sweet. All right, so we're going to cut these the same way we did those other ones. And I am going to cut the same amount out. Again, this is the way I'm figuring it out for me, what works for me. So I feel this is the way I streamline this pattern. Okay, you know what? This I don't think this blade likes me anymore. All right, so now we're gonna come in and do the same here, but we have to add quite a bit. So we're gonna do that. Once I think this is the hardest part, is just sewing these and then making the strip sets. So here we are. So this actually, I am making this this is part of the Soft Squares April challenge. So Lynn did give me this so I could be part of the April challenge. Okay, so I need this. Now, I'll put this aside again. Where did I put the other one? I don't know. We'll put it here. Leanna, is this for Lynn's April challenge? I was going to do April, but got in the way. I have everything for the May challenge ready to go. I do too. I cannot wait to work on that. Wait till you see all the stuff I have up my sleeve for that one. Oh, I've been doing research for that. I am super excited to start May, but I'm gonna get April through. I was up at 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. She's very snuggly. Oh, I remember I was setting my my alarm clock for the cat feeding, so I totally understand it, Joe. And then when I was at school, my honey would feed the kitty because, you know, I was at work. I was going to bring the kitty to work, but I couldn't. All right, so we're going to come in here and make the same amount of sets. And then I am going to sew this set strip to this other strip to get the amount of rows I need. Now, if you are getting, let's say if you buy this, it calls for, oops, that's fine. It calls for using fat quarters. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do one more. And then we're going to go to a question. Let's see. Try not to get myself too confused at where I am. And I'm going to put that down here. So these sets have to go together, and then I have to add a two set. So we're going to take this. And did I miss anything while I'm here? I was up to 2 a.m. Oh, yeah. I think I'm all caught up. All right. So, Andrew, how is your daughter doing? So I'm going to do another. And then these two furs here that I'm doing, this is going to go to that strip set to get the number of strips that I need. All right, so I'm going to put this aside. I've been sewing strips together yesterday just to use them up and to get them out of the bin. I'll be listening as I drive to work. Not a problem. Yeah, this is actually really good, I think. This would be a really good scrap buster. So these strips that I just cut here, this is A. So I'm actually going to... I have these. Let's see if I can find, these would be helpful. These here. Let's see. I need one that says A. I have B. What's this? E. Watch, it'll be the last one I pick. I. Now, where's A? I'm missing a whole bunch of letters, actually. I have B and C. I'm missing D. So let me see if I could find the other ones. Oh, this is not good. I have no idea where my other clothespins went, but look at how easy this is gonna be. You're gonna find your regular clothespin then, if you can't find your other ones. That is weird. And I am going to put A on here. There we go, because I don't know what happened to my A. So this is for row A, or set A. So we're gonna do that. And then I need another one for D. I lost my A and my D, and I have no idea where they went. All right, so now we're gonna come over. I'm going to read these questions while I sew up the section B. So I think you could see me there sewing up. She's waking up. They removed everything from her and are feeding her clear liquid. She is thrashing around quite a bit, so they have a sitter with her just in case if she wakes up fully while family's not there. Sorry if I miss what fabric line they are from. So I think it's Mind's Eye. I know that it's probably I'm missing something there from that designer. And it is Country Cottage, I believe. Country Cottage. I didn't keep the little thing. I kind of was getting this off the selvage. So I'm sorry. Okay, so we are going to put, I'm just trying to figure out which way would be appealing to the eye. I'm going to put it like this. This is, oh, no, maybe not. Well, we're just going to go with it. There we go. Yes, we're all thinking of your daughter and sending all our positive thoughts her way. All right, so here we go. Here we go. This is actually real life. The best way to retrieve a football stuck in a tree. I'm just going to put it like this. Call it a day. The best way. There we go. The best way to retrieve a football stuck in a tree. Ready? A. Use a rope to lasso the limb. Jerk the rope vigorously until the ball shakes loose. B. Try to whack the ball loose with a broomstick. If you cannot reach it, use the broomstick like a javelin until you knock down the football. Or C. Climb the tree until you are above the ball. Jump down onto the lower limbs to free the ball. Okay, how are you all doing this? How are you all freeing this football that someone in your family has gotten into the trees? No takers? I forgot to tell you that she now has pneumonia too, but is a mild case, so they are not concerned about that. They are still doing tests, trying to figure out the cause of all this. It's so scary when they don't know what is the cause. That's the kicker. All right, so nobody's getting this football. This football is staying in the tree. I mean, that's a good way. That could be D. The football stays in the tray. That could absolutely be one of the broom. Dawn says the broom. Get the broom out. I do like the broom. I'm with Dawn, the broom. Get the broom out. I missed the question. Not a problem. So, yes, the correct answer is the best way to retrieve a football stuck in a tree. Try to whack the ball loose with a broomstick. If you cannot reach it, use the broomstick like a javelin until you knock down the football. I agree. All right. Okay, how to flee a forest fire. How to flee a forest fire. Ready? A, head away from the fire toward higher ground. B, head downhill away from the fire. C, head away from the fire toward the flat ground. Okay, Teresa's saying B, head downhill away from the fire. We've got Mira saying B, Andrew saying B. We're all saying B. B is the right answer. B is the right answer. All right. Okay, here we go. So we're taking the plane. Okay, we're taking a plane. I don't know where we're going, but we're taking the plane. You guys decide. Where are we going on this trip? Where are we going on this trip? Where are we taking the plane to? Take the plane to the train. Oh no, take the train to the plane. There's some kind of commercial like that. All right, so this here, what I have here is, this is B. I think this is B. Let's see. This is set B. Okay, so we're set B. We are at set B. And then we're going to work on set C. So this is B. I'm going to put B here. All right, ready? So we're going to make it up. We're going to, I don't know, where are we going? Let's see what the next cards say. Oh, the next cards don't really say anything. Okay, so we're just going randomly somewhere. And we need to know how to dress in case of a disaster on an airplane. How to dress in case of disaster on an airplane. A, wear clothing and shoes that can be quickly stripped off. In case of a water landing, it is better to be naked than be weighed down. B, wear polyester or rayon as snugly as possible. This will streamline your movement and keep you warm in case of an emergency departure. C, wear a long sleeve shirt and pants in natural fibers. You want to be covered to minimize burns in a crash or fire. Wow, this is way too early in the morning for disaster talk. All right, so we are going to do work on C now. And the C strips, we need quite a bit. So we are going to take these. And we are going to cut. And how many C we need? Okay, I'm just keeping track of how many I need. Whew, we need a lot. So we have C. I'm going to Fantasy Island to see Tattoo and hear him say, the plane, boss. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going to Fantasy Island. I remember that. Okay, I need more coffee. Exactly. This is too early for these disasters this morning. After this disaster, we're going to have some other things to talk about instead of disasters. So the answer, most of you got this right. It is C. Yes, you want to wear, you definitely don't want to be running around naked during an emergency unless you want some tension. Unless you have to be naked, I guess. Now, if you're entertaining after the disaster, maybe you could be naked. I'm not quite sure where they were going with that choice. I'm about ready to change this blade. This is one of those other blades, not my titanium blades. It's just a regular blade. Done diving. Okay. So yes, the answer is C. Wear long sleeve shirt and pants in natural fibers. You want to be covered to minimize burns in a crash or fire. I've been told linen. I don't know. Linen seems to be something in my head that you should wear linen, but I never do. Okay, so here we are. Oh, we got one more travesty. Ready? So we are in Fantasy Island. We survived this, we wore our loose clothing, right? We're not running around naked. We have our linen outfit on, our suit. Now we run into some alligators while we're at Fantasy Island. Good morning, Catherine. And Annette, she's at school. She's done driving. What did I do? Like bleeding. All right, now how to handle an alligator attack. Yep, the alligators got to us. Yep, the alligators got to us. Okay, I'm done. I'm done fighting with this. I'm over it. I'm done fighting with this. Let's see. We are going to change this. I've got to find now. Okay, let me go grab one of these. Done driving now. Cutting quilt kits for my beginners. Oh, yes, in class. All right, so I am getting one of my fabric cut blades because these do last quite a long time. This was the blade, this Olfa was the blade that was with this, and I've actually had it for a while too. Okay, how to handle an alligator attack. Now, this will be my first time changing this, so let me see. So this goes up. Now, I feel like this has oil. I'm going to pull the oil off of this. There we go. Put that back. Oh, I think mark me safe for the rotary blade change out. Now, I have a place that I put these. I have a container to put these in. I've got to find my container. Hold on. I don't want to cut myself, so I'm going to take time to look at the container I may have these in. Nope, these are not. I'm coming. Just seeing where I have my container. Where I put all the old ones. Okay, I'm gonna have to put it like this for right now. There we go. All right, let's see how we're doing. Yep, we're doing good. Okay, does anyone know what the numbers and lines are for the rotary blade? Numbers and lines? I don't have numbers and lines on my rotary blade. My rotary blade are like beautiful. Look at the colors. You know what? I should put up the link for these because I have a special offer through Fabric Cut for you guys, like a big offer. You get quite a bit of blades. So I should put that up in the description. I keep forgetting about that. All right, to how to handle an alligator attack. Okay. A, flap your arms and yell to scare it away. B, punch the alligator under its bottom jaw. Or C, get on the alligator's back and force its head down. Okay, or D, get on that alligator. Yes, that ought to be very comical to see. I would love to see someone straddle an alligator, please. Please, someone straddle this alligator for me, because that should be a funny sight. This is 2. Yep, it's going through like butter. See, I was aggravating myself for no reason. No reason for aggravation. They roll so that that would not work. Well, guess what? The answer is get on the alligator's back and force its head down. That is the correct answer. I just don't know if I would be able to even, my body would even do that. All right, we're done with the alligators. We're done with the crashes. Okay, here we go. This is everyday occurrence, right? Okay, how to keep cats out of your garden. A, bury rotting chicken bones in your garden. B, dig holes around the perimeter of your garden and fill them with red peppercorns. Cover with Easter cellophane grass and spray with Under Armour deodorant. C, spray the perimeter with vinegar or diluted ammonia. So I'm going for another third set of this. I'm just looking at what my sets are here. I don't know if I want to cut up this set. Let me look. I have this, and maybe I'll go with this one. C, we have a lot of C. I just looked up now, sorry. Wasn't paying attention. C. Good morning, Melanie. You are also good about getting those mornings in and going back. When I get on a live, normally it's because I'm on a break or I'm rushing, so I never get to do it. So it is called Gingham Gardens. See, Gingham Gardens. I mean, it's backwards, but it says Gingham Gardens. It says 2021. Good morning, Chloe. All right, so the answer is C, spray the perimeter with vinegar. So we're having a little issue right now with all these cats. They are really starting to come to my house and spray. Not loving that, being that we're allergic to cats, and they're not even our cats. They're just out there. And so my honey yesterday, he just sprayed the perimeter of our house with vinegar to see if that would help. At least it smelled nice when I came home for lunch. It didn't smell like cat spray. Good morning, Zaza. I look forward to these early morning lives. I often get busy later in the day and miss daytime lives. Good morning, Roxanne. All right, so I have now 3 of these sets. So I have 6. So now I need a set. I need 4 more strips here. So I need to add to these. And let's see what I want to add. Well, we have this one. We don't have this fabric in this. And I don't have this fabric in this. So we'll go with those 2. Now I have that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack these and live on the wild side here because I can't put them together. They're too close. So we're going to cut this. All right, so to keep our cats out of the garden, we're spraying the perimeter with vinegar. Okay, oh, wait a second. We're back on the lifeboat. We're back on the lifeboat. Oh my goodness, we just can't stay away from that lifeboat on this trip. Okay, here we go. It is by My Mind's Eye because I just saw another salvage here. So it's Gingham Garden and it's My Mind's Eye. So that is this line. Okay, how to send a radio distress message from a lifeboat. Okay, we're all on a lifeboat now. A, start by announcing Mayday, 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 and close with out. B, start by announcing Mayday, SOS, and close with over. C, start by announcing SOS, Mayday, 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 and close with over and out. What are we doing? So this will be revealed on Thursday on the Cut and Cuts Live. Just if you're wondering what that is doing here. That's my neighbor's rooster. You hear it. Okay, we have C's, we got B's. I'm seeing up there C's and B's. All right, now I'm going to go over, and this is row C. So I'm going to take my C, and I'm going to go over with these and then start putting all these sets together. So the answer, we got C's and B's. Believe it or not, you ready for this? It's A. So if we are all in a distress boat again, well, in a distress boat, in distress in a lifeboat, this is what we need to do. I'm hoping there's a radio. It says there's a radio. So we're going to say Mayday, 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 and close with out. So the answer is A. I'm going to say that again. Start with announcing Mayday, 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 and close with out. Okay. So now you've had a lot of fun. You're off that lifeboat, the Mayday, 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 and out worked. You're off. You all are partying now somewhere, and someone passes out. How to carry someone who has passed out. A, bend your knees, place one arm under the person's back and the other under his or her knees. Lift using your knees. B, take the person's arms and pull them behind your neck. Hold them with your right hand, bend down, and pull him or her across your body. C, lean the person on something, crouch down, and firmly grab his or her legs above the knees. Stand up and flip him or her across your back. Or C, I'm just calling 911 because none of those choices sound good to me. So now I'm trying to figure out how I want this to lay out. So like this would be good to go like this. And so I'm thinking, oops, probably should. Hi, Giovanna, C-A. All right, so I think I'm gonna do that and see, this is a long, we could probably put this here like that. No, we should put that like this. No, like this. And then put this one at the end. Okay, this is how we're putting them. We're gonna, hopefully I keep that order straight. So I saw someone put up an answer. I missed it, but that's okay. The answer to this question, anybody else? Hello, Jim. Good morning. So the answer to this is how to carry someone who has passed out is A, bend your knees, place one arm under the person's back and the other under his or her knees and lift with your knees. Again, I would injure myself. I would just call 911. Just saying. Okay. Oh, we've done this before. This one we've done before. Right? Yep. So this is a pop quiz. Pop quiz, pop quiz, pop quiz. Ready? How to perform the Heimlich maneuver, not remover, but maneuver. A, press between the waist and bottom of the ribs with the thumb side of your fist, jerking upwards quickly 4 times. B, lightly smack the center of the back 4 times with the other fist pressed under the bottom of the victim's rib cage. And C, apply increasing pressure for 4 minutes with your open palms pressing between the waist and the bottom of the ribs. Yesterday we performed the Heimlich maneuver on ourselves. That was that question. But this we've had before from a previous game. So we have A, overall A1. Correct. A is the wiener. So we are going to go with A. So for all y'all who need that answer again, because it's kind of important, how to perform the Heimlich maneuver. Press between the waist and bottom of the ribs with the thumb side of your fist, jerking upwards and quickly 4 times. All right. According to these cards, okay? I don't know if they're right, but according to these cards. All right. We carried that person. Who is that? Oh, here we go. We all need this info. Ready? Here we are. I used to own a restaurant and train all of my employees. Ready? How to keep squirrels off a bird feeder. How to keep squirrels off a bird feeder. A, attach a tin plate to the top of the feeder. Squirrels do not like the feel of tin or aluminum foil. B, put mint toothpaste around the rim of the feeder. Squirrels do not like the taste of menthol. C, fill your feeder with safflower seeds, and squirrels cannot digest safflower seeds. There you go. We have an A. We can have another A. A, it is the least mean. Random choice B. So the answer is B. No. A. A. Attach a tin pie plate to the top of the feeder. Squirrels do not like the feel of tin or aluminum foil. Ready? All right. Another household situation. Good morning, Deb. How to remove scuff marks from vinyl flooring. A. Rub with a lump of coal, then wipe with a I'm going to say this wrong, chamise. Dry using circular strokes with a clean white piece of paper. B. Rub with a lemon, then buff with a disposable diaper. Or C. Ready? Rub with a pencil eraser, then wipe with baking soda and water paste. Use a white cloth to buff dry. So how are we removing scuff marks from vinyl flooring? So we have B. Chamois is how. Oh, chamois? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Hi, Jamie. She has a channel called the Quilting Compound. That's so funny. Magic eraser works every time. Yeah. I mean, I would go with D. I'm with you. I probably would go with D. With the right with the eraser sponge, because I've used that. I will say a tennis ball works. At school, we have a stick with a tennis ball at the end of it, and they go around the building removing scuff marks with that. And that wasn't a choice. All right, so let me make sure that I'm doing this right. So that goes there, and this goes this way. All right. Buy black flooring, no scuffs to get rid of. Very true, very true. So it is C. So the answer here is C. Rub with a pencil eraser, then wipe with baking soda and water paste. Use a white cloth to buff dry. All right, how to remove, oh, here we go. We're getting some stuff that we actually need for home use. Yes, the winner is C. So how to remove stains from plastic storage containers. A, put the container outside on a sunny day. B, good morning, Joyce. Joyce has probably been here, yes. B, fill the container with water plus 1 teaspoon of ammonia and 1 teaspoon of bleach. Let it sit for several hours. C, fill the container with orange juice and a ball of wadded up tinfoil. Put it in the refrigerator overnight. Or D, which I think what most people do, not that I necessarily do. Actually, I don't use any of these. I use something else, but maybe some people just throw it out. Because I know people who just throw it out. Uh, oh, Babalotte, I was just thinking about you yesterday. I said, I wonder where my Netherland friend is. Stop the press. The one and only Dutch Babalotte is in the house waving at all of you. I was so thinking of you yesterday. So, B, everybody's saying B. I don't know if you can mix ammonia and bleach. That to me doesn't sound like a good idea. I just watched Six Huge Containers. At the culinary tells you, especially when they're orange from sauce, is to use cold water, not hot water, and like a degreaser. But I put them in the dishwasher with Cascade Platinum, and it takes tomato stains out. So the answer is put the container outside on a sunny day. I'm not making this up. That's what it says. I've never seen this before. You could also use a magic erase, sponge. But yeah, they're telling you to stick that container out on a sunny day. I know you could do that with clothing. I don't know about these containers, honestly. I don't know about that. That just seems not right to me. Okay, so we're going to go with this next. Let's see. Oh, are we going with this next? Hold on, I got to see what side am I supposed to be putting this on. I think, yeah, it's this side. Johnny, good morning. I have to try. Well, you try and you let us know how that works out there, okay? All right, how to treat a fractured collarbone. We're playing ER right now. Ready? A, attach a straight shaft, such as a shortened broomstick, along the victim's spine so the victim will stand erect with shoulders back. B, have the victim wear a backpack filled with 15 pounds of cargo. Or C, remove the victim's pants, wrap them around his or her chest, and tie the pant leg together tightly at the top of the rib cage. I don't think you're supposed to move that person. I feel like you're supposed to go D, do not move, remove the person, and call 911. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So B, we have C. Is that right? Did I put that right? Well, it's going to be now. Yes, I did. So this is the answer. According to this game, again, according to this game, the answer is B. Have the victim wear a backpack filled with 15 pounds of cargo. I promise you I did not read that wrong. How to treat a fractured collarbone. Yeah, I wouldn't do any of those, Zaza. I agree. C, we must be out in the wilderness just trying to survive. Well, the last game was that we were surviving in the wilderness. This is surviving life. So I'm not quite sure where we're at. But I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to move the patient and you need to call 911. Just saying. Just saying. It will pull your shoulder back. Ask me how I know. Okay. So I guess that's a thing. That's a thing. She must know. Joyce must know. The correct answer. Don't go anywhere with Leanna because all sorts of bad things will happen. I tell you. Okay. Here we go. This is a good one. You're out to dinner and you want to impress everyone. You want everybody to think you are a sommelier. And you are going to pick the wine. Yep, you're going to pick the wine because you are going to act like you're a sommelier. How to sound like you know a lot about wine. A, refer to the, I know how to pronounce this, but I'm having a problem this morning pronouncing words. Beaujolais region in France and call winemakers vintage vintage, I can't say it, vintners. Okay, Beaujolais. Refer to the Beaujolais region in France and call winemakers vintners. B. Order an aperitif for dessert. Complement its fruity character. C. Talk about the Chateaubriand grape. Wait. Talk about the Chateaubriand grapes' intensity and refer to the cork suckers of Portugal. I'm sorry. None of these right now are probably making any sense to you because they're not making sense to me. And right now my brain hurts after just reading that. I don't even want to read those choices again. Just, oh, I'm pretty sure I pronounced most of them wrong. Okay, so here we have our sets, our last couple of sets. So here we go. And I did go to wine class to be a sommelier, and I'm butchering them. But granted, in my defense, I was 19 the last time I took that class. Random choice D. Okay, so the answer is A. Refer to the Beaujolais region in France and call the winemakers vintners. Okay, here we go. Now we just went to dinner. We went to dinner. Yes, this is. I just said what this was, and I've already forgot. Mind's Eye. I'm gonna keep this out. It is called Gingham Garden by My Mind's Eye. Gingham Garden by My Mind's Eye. All right, so we're at dinner. We order the wine, and now this happens. Because they only make wine in France? Yeah, no. No, they don't. But I guess they think they do. All right, so we order something, and there's a travesty again. We're having dinner with me. There's always got to be some travesty. We broke our tooth, or a tooth filling came out. That's it. Our tooth filling came out. Yeah. We ate something and the tooth filling came out. How to create a makeshift tooth filling. A. Rinse the mouth with salt water, then apply a paste made out of, oh, I guess we're in the wilderness, maybe. I don't know where we're at. These choices are random. Okay, we'll start again. How to create a makeshift tooth filling. A. Rinse the mouth with salt water, then apply a paste made of mashed leaves with water to the tooth. B. Apply a few drops of vanilla extract to the tooth, then apply a mixture of candle wax and strands of cotton fiber. C. Wrap the tooth in gauze, then tape the gauze to the gums. So I can't even say we're at, I guess we're maybe not at the restaurant. Then again, we're not in the wilderness because we wouldn't have vanilla extract with us. I don't know where the heck we are. Okay, maybe we're just home. Maybe we're home. Good morning, Barb. So this is now, did I put it? This is C. This is C. And we're going to go to the next pile of items. So we're going to put that. And that's it. C is it. Oh, but we have a lot of sets. Look at all this. I have this one I haven't touched. I have this one. And I have all these. Okay, we're definitely making something else, or we are going to make this quilt bigger because I can't imagine wasting all those strip sets that we just cut. That doesn't seem kosher to me or cool. Okay, D, go to the first aid where they have a dentist. Yeah, exactly. So the answer is B, apply a few drops of vanilla extract to the tooth. Then apply a mixture of candle wax and strands of cotton fiber. So go up to your, so this is, to me, this is what you're doing. You're going up to your room and you're grabbing all your little cotton and you're going to sit there and you're going to cut them all up like this. You're going to take out your candle wax and you're going to put that in there. You're going to mix it. You're going to take out your vanilla, start dropping it in your tooth and start packing your tooth with wax and this. Okay, then you're going to go to the dentist, and the dentist is going to think you drank way too much or you're high on something. Okay, let's see. Make a pillowcase to put it in. I have started my journey back to quilting land by starting on scrap strip blocks to create an X and O quilt. What are you up to today? I am working on Shatterly. So, and apparently in my quilting room, we can make up some tooth filling with just candle wax, fabric, and vanilla. That's a whole nother show, isn't that? All right, so now I have to cut up background, and I did not even think about background. So we're going to go with this. I'm taking all this out. These are the leftovers from retreat. And Lynn left me all the leftovers. She didn't want to take them back home, so yay me. And here we are. So we are going to... It doesn't even tell me what we're going to cut. How can that possibly be? Huh. I know I'm reading this. I've got this. We did that. We did that. We did this. Now, would you know what? I can't even find the measurement here. I cannot. I am lost. Accent fabric. Oh, here we go. It's over here. I missed it. Okay, here we go. So I need. We're going. We found it. We found what we're doing. All right, we're going to go to the next reading. Ready? I'm going to grab another one of these. I have to wait for my iron to heat up. So the background fabric and this is called the accent fabric. And you need 1 3/4 yard. I'm pretty sure I have it. Okay, how to eat worms to survive. I'm pretty sure we've done this before, so this is a pop quiz. Ready? How to eat worms to survive. A, starve the worms for a day. Squeeze the dirt out of them, dry them in the sun, and then grind them into a powder. B, soak the worms in citrus juice or vinegar overnight, then roast them over an open flame for 4 minutes. C, drown the worm in fresh water. Eat them raw after they have stopped moving. I'm not eating any of this. Not happening. Nope. I guess I am starving along. That's not doing it. Just telling you, I'm not doing it. Joyce is with me. Johnny's with me. Giovanna, she's trying to get an A+ in pop quiz. Yep. They're like, no, we're not eating worms. I would be losing weight. Between sucking fish eyeballs to get water and then eating worms, I don't know. I don't think I would survive very long if I had to. Yeah, I couldn't either. I would be dehydrated and walking around hungry and dehydrated. All right, so here we are. We're going to cut our accent fabric, not our background. So it is A, starve the worms for a day, squeeze the dirt out of them, dry them in the sun, then grind them into a powder. How long? No worms, please, or fish. I want to know, how long does it take for a worm to dry out in the sun? How long does that take? Are we about that? By the time that dries out, I feel like we'd be starving. All right, let's go on to something. Oh, here we go. How to treat chicken pox. How to treat chicken pox. So this is the big base of this. So let me just see how many of these I need. I need quite a bit. So we're going to go with it. So here we are. How to treat chicken pox. A, take a bath in oatmeal to soothe the itching. B, mix white vinegar and baking soda with lotion in a bath to relieve the itching. C, use a steroid anti-itch cream to reduce the itching. Or D, like my mama used to use, calamine lotion. I just lost the fight getting to a supersized duvet into a bag to go to the cleaners. It's definitely a two-person job. It definitely is. It definitely is. Melanie is like, D, yeah, that's not a question, but I mean a choice, but that is what we did back in the day. I didn't cut that right. I remember my mom making a oatmeal paste. I have heard of that. I think that's valid. I've heard of that. Oh, I did that wrong. No. Oh, I can't believe I did that wrong. And I would have had the perfect. Okay. I'm just going to add these back in and then we will redo that cut. Okay. So the answer is A, take a bath in oatmeal to soothe the itching. Okay, so we are going to set this up. I have to resew those because I made a boo-boo. And here we go. We're going to put this up. So I'm not going to be able to, oh, I may be able to see some of the stuff. If I'm facing this way, I can't see the comments. Giovanna, let me unplug that. It says, Giovanna, it's all tied up in the holding of the bag open while wrestling with it inside. I'll get to my son's help. So here we are. We're going to come here. I'm going to move this. And let's start setting this up. Ready? Now, where did here it is. Okay, I'm breaking for a moment. Oh, I have to cut one more thing I didn't cut. Okay, I got to cut one more thing. And it's kind of important, so let me go ahead and cut it. I'll be right back. Here, I'll leave you with a question while I am going to iron and cut this. Ready? How to respond when someone goes into shock. A, have the person drink lots of fluids and take deep breaths. B, have the person lie down and put his or her feet up, cover them with a blanket. Or C, get the person home into a cool shower. Go. We have B's, we have C's. We have ABC up there right now. Here we go. We have A. Okay, so the answer, I'm going to give you the answer in a second. Let me just cut this one piece. All right, so the answer to this goes right in the center here. Did I cut this wrong again? What am I doing to myself today? That is right. Oh, I did this wrong. Okay. I did cut it wrong, but it's okay. I cut it too big. And I think I could use this piece. Yes, this measures the other measurement, so I'm good. All right, so here we go. We have the center. Put the center like here. I want to say the center of my board. All right, so the answer here is B, have the person lie down and put their feet up, cover them with a blanket. So if anyone wrote that choice, you got it. All right, so we're going to put our centerpiece in, and then we are going to put our first A strip set all the way around, like ring around the rosy. No, we're not going to do that. And then we are going to put in the cornerstones, which I cut the other ones wrong. We'll put those in. So we are going to sew this. We're going to sew this up right there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sew that up. And let me see, what would happen if I put this all the way down? Nothing will happen. So we're going to take this. It's almost going to be, it's going to be interesting how we're going to put this together. Anybody out there? Here we are. I'm having lunch, minced beef and bistro gravy with rice, peas, and carrots. Mmm. for a decorative quilt. Yes, it could. You're right. It would make something nice there. That would give you a nice block to do that. Or now that I'm embellishing things, maybe something applique in the center, like flowers or something like that. Now that I got a little bit of that bug. Okay. I don't feel like doing that anymore. Here we go. This would kind of be funny. How to remove the marker stain you made on your boss's jacket. Now, what were you doing with a marker that you've got it on your boss's jacket? I'm going to come here. Ready? How to remove the marker stain you made on your boss's jacket. A, find the most coveted person in your office and borrow some hairspray to spritz on the stain. B, find someone in your office who loves donuts or pastry. Rub the greasy bottom, not the frosted top, on the stain. You're rubbing a donut on it? Okay. C, find the germaphobe in your office and borrow a sanitizing cloth to rub on the stain. Fingernail polish remover, acetone. If it's permanent marker, no way, Jose. So I actually know how to get marker off of clothing, and it's none of these choices. Well, actually, it's close to one of these choices. And it may be the choice that they're saying. Good morning, Linda. So the answer is A. Borrow some hairspray to spritz on the stain. So if that hairspray has lots of alcohol in it, then I can understand that. Hold on, I'm shutting off that iron because I'm turning on this one. Because what I have done at school is used alcohol, and at home, my son had a very favorite shirt, and he had gotten ink all over it. And what we ended up doing was we ended up pouring straight alcohol through it and letting it like run out let the dye run through. I can't explain how, but it worked. I have been at work and have used hand sanitizing gel and have been able to take it out. So there you go. So that's my 2 cents on all that. Here we go. Okay, this is interesting. Essential items other than water to survive a forced hike in the desert. So I guess someone is forcing you to take a hike in the desert. So what would be essential items if you were forced to take a hike in the desert? First of all, nobody's forcing me to do nothing unless I guess on gunpoint. Because, just saying. So A, a hat and a long sleeve shirt. B, an extra pair of shoes and sunblock. Or C, sunglasses and a snake bite kit. Kidnapped, water, something to cover up to protect the sun. This is where I miscut. Yes, it is A. A is the correct answer. A is a hat and a long sleeve shirt. A hat and a long sleeve shirt. All right, so I'll put those aside. Now I'm going to press this. I think I'm going to press this to the white just because it's the easiest. It's the way my fabric wants to go. Good morning, Muriel. All right, so now, how to treat someone who has ingested perfume or aftershave. A, give the victim a spoonful of sugar. B, have the victim drink as much milk as possible. Or C, have the victim drink a glass of hot water. Okay. So I need to put these on the sides. Coyote smuggling over the border. Now, these are going for the top and bottom. No clue. We have a B and a C. So it is A. Give the victim a spoonful of sugar. Believe it or not, that's what they're suggesting. I'm not saying it's right, just saying that's what they're suggesting. Isn't there a song, put a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down? I'm going with milk. Interesting. Yeah, it is, right? All right. Here we go. We're out on this crazy adventure again. How to signal for help in a mountain snowstorm if you can build a fire. Okay? A, hike down into a valley to build the fire. B, hike up to a nearby peak to build the fire. Or C, wait until night and then build the fire. So this case, I have to put them out. Okay, here, just a spoon. Yes. Milk for anyone but me, as I am allergic to dairy. Perfume, just pick, perfume, just pick out a nice place to bury me. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. All right. So this is going to the top. And now the way I've pressed it, these seams are nesting. So we have a lot of B. We have a lot of B. This might be a pop quiz question. I don't recall. All right. So we've got the center of the quilt started. It's almost like a log cabin-ish. No, courthouse steps, right? That's where you put the two on the side. That's kind of like the assembly for this baby. This through. So the answer is B. How about soy milk and almond milk, Muriel? That's what they want to know. All right. B is the right answer. Hike up to a nearby peak to build a fire. Okay, so now I'm going to take this And make sure I'm putting it correctly. That goes like this, and that goes like that. Yep. And that is done. Okay, how to cope with color blindness. A, wear a color filter over the glasses or a colored contact lens to enhance perception of contrast. B, focus the eye on individual objects, separating them from their surroundings. C, wear sunglasses to decrease the glare on objects of focus. So I would not know about that. So we have A, oops, what did I just do here? I just did something here. I don't like to play with my tension on this thing. Are you kidding me? I just hit the tension button. I hope that's fine. The answer is A, wear a color filter over the eyeglasses or a colored contact lens to enhance perception of contrast. Okay, so I'm going to iron this, and we are going to now build our second. Let me see. We are going to build upon this. Anti-glare. They now have glasses for colorblind people. That's good. Yeah, I don't have any experience with this, but I know it's a common issue. All right, so we're going to put this up and see. Oh, wait, am I going to put this up? Oh, no. Everything now gets bordered now. So I'm going to move this aside. So I'm going to take my strips here. Yep, these are my strips, and they happen to be already cut. Perfect for me. So I am going to go ahead . Oh, sun blindness. Yeah. All right. That was really not a great cut. There we go. That's a better cut. So now I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to border it with this white strip of fabric. $800. Yes. Well, my glasses are so expensive. They're even more than that. It's ridiculous how much glasses are now. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. Okay, how to ditch your burning motorcycle for your... What? Wait a second. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Very interesting. Ready for this scenario? You and your friend are out for a joyride. You're on a motorcycle and they are in a car. And now this happens. Ready? How to ditch your burning motorcycle for your friend's car without stopping. A, traveling at the same speed, leap onto the hood and hold on to the windshield. B, traveling at the same speed, climb through an open front passenger window. C, traveling at the same speed, wait for your friend to open the door. I don't know. For me, I feel like that would cause an accident. And why not stop your burning motorcycle and just get off? I don't know. Just saying. Stay, stay home. Linda's like, no, we're just staying home. We're, we're not doing this today. Linda's not entertaining this today. Nope. All right. So I am going to take another one of these pieces here. And maybe, let's see. Yep. I have another piece here. So we're just going to take pieces that we have, put them together, make another nice piece. It would explode. It would explode to stop it. I mean, I feel like it would explode and cause a car accident, and it may explode and cause the car that you just jumped into. I don't know. Sounds a little weird to me, but okay. I'm not a daredevil of any sort. So the answer to this is B. Traveling at the same speed, climb through an open front passenger window. So that is how we're ditching the motorcycle. And hopefully the motorcycle doesn't crash in front of the car you just jumped into and explode. All right, here we go. We would change places. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. How to save money by ordering flowers that are in season. It's a little bit much better. A. Order daffodils in spring, delphiniums in summer, dahlias in the fall, and I was going to say narcissus, but narcissus in the winter. B. Order roses in the spring, lilies in the summer, lilacs in the fall, and irises in the winter. Or C. Order hydrangeas in the spring, chrysanthemums in the summer, tulips in the fall, and peonies in the winter. The answer is A. A is the answer. So now I'm going to press this and then I'm going to put another bit on the side. Whoops. This is actually pretty interesting how we're going to construct this quilt. I'm not into this question right now. There's too much doom and gloom. And if you are in the South Sea, none of the above, just give a gift certificate for flowers. Gotta go, no problem. Joy's gonna head to Walmart. Be careful, I just saw something quite interesting on YouTube about Walmart. Apparently, and I don't know if this is true, but apparently they started this yesterday or this week on, self-checkout. You could only self-checkout if you're part of the club. So apparently there's a thing where you have to be part of this Walmart club called Walmart Plus. I know nothing about this. I just saw it on YouTube this morning. And in order to check yourself out, in order for you to do their job, you have to pay them $99 a year. Get this, you pay them $99 a year so that you can check yourself out. I thought it was bad enough that I had to check myself out. Now I'm paying them to check myself out? Yes, apparently this is a new thing. So you'll have to let us know if this is true or not, because that just blew my mind this morning. I was like, what? What? Are you kidding me? I mean, I don't shop at Walmart anyway, unless I'm in Puerto Rico. And but yeah, like yeah. And if I'm in Puerto Rico and I'm not paying $99 to check myself out. Apparently though, what they've done is they almost kind of forcing you because I guess they have had less people in the regular checkouts, so the lines are just ridiculously astronomically long. So let's see. They they better get they haven't. No, that's the whole thing. They actually decreased the amount of cashiers, added more of those checkout, and then added that you have to pay $99 a year. It's been like that for a while. Oh wow. No way, Jose. I never do it myself. Wrong. I didn't have to do it like that when I was there yesterday. Okay. Yeah, so I guess maybe different places they're piloting this out, but that's insane. And if it's gonna be like that in Puerto Rico, I'm not gonna go. That's all. They're just gonna lose my business. Period. End story. Because I'm not paying myself to work there. That's crazy. All right. So, okay, I can't do that either. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing that right now. Oh, we did this yesterday. Why is this again? We just did this yesterday. No, we're not. Okay, here. No, we did that too. I have to find something cheap. You know what? We're gonna do Survivor, but we're gonna do these Survivor ones tomorrow because I've exhausted myself out from doing all this. I believe that is for the people who pay with their phone and bypass the registers altogether. No, she said it was actually the self checkout. She went to the self checkout like she normally does. She said this happened yesterday, and she said they have a sign now that says that that's only for Walmart Plus customers. Because I thought the same thing, but I did. I looked at that twice because I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't make a bit of sense to me at all. Like none. Not at my Walmart. I rarely go there, but have a Walmart marketplace near my house, so occasionally I go. I always go to the person to check me out. One, I love to chat. Two, I make friends with them, and three, I don't do their job. Yes. So yeah, I don't know. I just that and there's more than one YouTuber that came out this morning about this. This must be some new piloted thing they're trying, but it was crazy when I don't know. If all stores are going to start doing that, they're going to charge us money to go shopping in their facilities and then do their work for them. I have a rude awakening. I don't think a lot of us are going to go for that. I'm just saying. Um, they have a separate one to pay via phone, but yeah, you have to pay a monthly or yearly fee to do that way. Right. They've always had that, Johnny. They're saying that this is now, they have extended that to self checkout now. And that, yeah, but apparently, yes. So, but apparently, this is extended it. I don't know. I will go back on there, but she said that this was for just regular old. You know, you got your basket of stuff. You're not using your cell phone or anything. You're just going to check out your own groceries. And she says the lines, because they only had like one or two registers open, was out of control. She was so ticked. I would have been too. And you know, she could have been lying, right? Not every YouTuber is maybe telling the truth on things. Okay, so ready? Here we go. We are going to, I'm just trying to piece some things here. Yeah. Who am I? I will check it out. Well, there it goes. Not shopping there for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Again, self checkout is one less person touching my stuff. So you're willing to pay the $99, Joe? Because I'm not willing to pay the $99. I feel like I'm already paying enough money. I can't keep paying these subscriptions. It's a subscription. So you pay like you would Netflix. I'm just over all the subscriptions nonsense. As I have memberships, which is a subscription, but oh, I guess they get us one way or another, right? I guess that's how we're going by this, our future. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I am a magician. I once held the world record for holding my breath underwater. I have been suspended in a box for 44 days by the River Thames. I have been buried alive and frozen in time. My first television show was called Street Magic. Who am I? Yep. We got Houdini. Chris Angel. I'm being very frugal with the fabric, especially since fabric is probably going up. It's not Houdini, it's not Chris Angel, but we did get the right answer. David Blaine. David Blaine is the right answer. All right, so here we go. I have pressed this border, and now we're going to go and build the outside. So I'm going to put this up in the center, and we're going to go put this up in the center and then go from here. Never heard of him. Here we go. My hair is getting very frizzy. What did it say for me to do yesterday? Olive oil. That's right, olive oil. All right, so here we are. We have our center of our quilt. I do feel like it's screaming some kind of floral applique in here. It does. Good morning, Myra. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put our bee fabric. So let me find our bee fabric. This is bee right here. Right here. I love your hair. Thank you. But it is wild. Okay, so I need to press this bee fabric really quick. I was out of power for a couple of days. A tornado tore through our town. Everyone survived. Well, thank God everybody survived. Where I didn't know that tornado. You know what? I don't have the news anymore. I don't have streaming news. So I had no idea that a tornado went through. And I feel like they don't cover that anymore. I feel like they don't even cover that there was a tornado. Okay, so this black is here, so I didn't want to put it there. So I'm going to put the black going this way. Oh, I guess it's however it's going to go, it's going to go. Yeah, I used to have like regular cable kind of streaming, and that was one of the things I gave up to save money. So here is our next one, Missouri. Yes, I am. Yes, we are sorry, we hope everyone can read. But why do nobody hears about this stuff anymore? Nobody's hearing about this. Nobody's hearing about helping out. Back in the day, I feel we were helping out. I don't know. Or I knew about it. I don't know. I guess I'm just staying in my little quilty world with no cable. Just YouTube. Okay. So here we go. We're going around. They called it a treetop tornado. Didn't actually touch the ground. The winds did a lot of damage. Yeah, they would. All right, so this is where we're at. We're going to take this and put that to here, this to here. We're going to sew these onto here, top and bottom, and then we're going to put this top and bottom. Then the next thing that is happening is, oh, I have to cut more. Then we are taking more of these strips and putting strips all around here. Okay, so that's where we're at with this quilt. Unfortunately, I have to go because it's time for me to get ready for work. So everyone, let me just show you. I think it's coming out really beautiful. Everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share to my channel. I will be working on this again tomorrow. So, or if not, something else if I finish it today. I doubt it though, because I've been coming home tired. So everyone, take care of yourself and I'll see you soon. Bye.